Good morning, good morning. How you all doing? We got 4 people and 6 thumbs up. The maths don't work. But anyway, TSP in the morning. First time ever. Not quite used to these ungodly times, but I am up before midday and I'm keeping it down a little bit. Sorry if it is quiet for you guys. I heard Roger coughing, but he might still be sleeping or dozing, so we don't want to make too much of a noise. But it is almost 11 a.m. where I am. Actually, it's gone 11 a.m. We are a little bit behind schedule, but nonetheless, here we are. This Thursday morning, I had to stop and think what day it was, and I'm trying to get your comments up, see who we have got watching. If anybody's watching, I see Maryland was here earlier. Welcome, Nancy, and Judy Bell. Good morning. So this makes a change, don't you think, Judy? Um, Even though there's only 4 of us here, I thought maybe oh, Danielle's here as well. You're up very early, my darling. You're out on the west coast, so it's breakfast time for you. But yeah, it's mid-morning. And back in the UK, we used to have something called 11s, which was something that you did at 11 o'clock in the morning. Usually have a cup of tea, or as I was a little kid, my mum would make me milky coffee. So I've got my coffee. I've actually been up for quite some time. Say up, awake. I woke up around I can't even remember. It was very early. It's like maybe 5:45. It's 10 a.m. in Louisiana, and it's only 8:11 in Vancouver. So you're still dozing a little bit. So whether or not this is going to be a good idea or a regular thing, I don't know. But it's the morning after the night before. We all had a lot of fun last night. It was a great show, don't you think? And I'm actually still in my PJs, guys. Why not? Let's sit out the apocalypse in our PJs. And that's something I saw that was a little bit funny today. Let me see if I can get that up for you. Hold on. Oh dear. Alas, I can't get it up for you. Never mind. I don't know what's going on. Facebook's being a little bit funny. That was something I did want to talk about. So we've only got 4 folks watching. So if not, that is because it is very, very early in the morning, or the memos didn't go out. But I got my Twinkies. That one's a little bit crushed up. Look. I don't got donuts, but I do got Twinkies in my pantry. Danielle, you slept through the show last night. Shame on you. It's probably one of the best shows we've ever done. Wouldn't you agree, Judy? Maryland, were you with us last night? The All You Need share. Yeah. Well, maybe. That remains to be seen, Nancy. Some things you need like a hole in the head. Anyway, I'm still a little bit sleepy, and as I said, getting used to this kind of getting up and about in the daytime and going to sleep at a respectable time. Although I did get up early, I do feel a little bit refreshed. But I don't know. It wasn't it, Judy? Honestly, it really was. Everyone was well behaved, paid attention. I think we all learnt a little bit. And I was going to say, we kind of felt a little bit of a sense of calm at the end of it. And that's what I'm trying to do, put some minds at ease. As Annie so correctly said, none of us really have any answers. We can have all the theories, all the ideas, and go down all the rabbit holes in the world. But as she said, truth is in hindsight. So until whatever reveals itself, if it ever reveals itself, we're in this together. And hello, Anika. She made it. So we've got 6 folks watching. So maybe this wasn't a bad idea. But I did say we might try and do a morning show, coffee with tea. I do got my coffee. What you guys? You got your tea or coffee going on? Are you about to wake and bake, Danielle? But anyway, yeah. So what I was saying, the pajama party, and that was quite fun. That was what I was going to show you. That funny enough, on my news feed, there was a picture about people sitting out the apocalypse in their pajamas. I don't want to get it up for you if I can. I mean, the picture, ladies. Nothing else. Just in case you were wondering. Maybe it was on the page. Hold on, guys. It is early morning. As I said, I'm not exactly functioning quite as well as I hoped I would be. Caffeine is helping. I have waked and baked myself. Something very nice about getting up very early in the morning. And maybe I can't find it. Hold on. I know where I can get it. Okay, I don't know if you can see that there. This was what was on there. Look, and that's the character from Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. how I expected my apocalypse outfit to look, what it really is. And there you go. Maybe that's a little bit of evidence that the phones are listening. But that's actually a friend of mine that posted that. But I just thought that's quite ironic because we did have an impromptu pajama party last night, and it was a lot of fun. They're not my PJs, Nancy. Don't get carried away. Danielle doesn't smoke that much. Nancy liked last night. So there we go. So it was a bit of a cool show. We got a real kind of person of interest, a public figure, so to speak. Sounded very authoritative. As I said, we almost sounded like a professional organisation. Not so much this morning. As I said, I am a little bit half asleep, and possibly only will be a little short and sweet show today because we only do have a few watching, and someone has just left already. Oh yeah, I did show you my PJs last night. I'm still in them. I got Twinkie crumbs, but there you go. They're still on, and I thought, what better way than sitting out the apocalypse in your PJs? It was very comfortable, and I don't know if that added to the sort of sense of comfort or calm that I had yesterday after we finished the show. I got myself a couple of spliffs afterwards and settled down to watch a couple of TV episodes. I'm watching a show called The Righteous Gemstones. It's a HBO show. I have been binge watching it the last few nights. Very interesting, very funny, very dark humor. But I got a couple of episodes of that left. But I think I was asleep before 1 a.m. Certainly before 2 a.m., which is getting good. My plan tonight is to try and get to sleep before midnight. But as I said, maybe today. Danielle's here, Judy Bell's here, Becky, I know she's probably asleep. She's stuck in her nocturnal habits, I'm sure. And I was talking, Hoopties left a message, and she said that she's a service industry like myself, so is her husband. And they're in the same kind of shift pattern as me. They work in the evenings, come home early hours of the morning, and are up till, the sort of times when people are going to normally, normal folk are getting up in the morning. That's usually our bedtime. And it's been a long time since I've seen the hours before noon. But she said she was asleep before 10 a.m. And there's something to be said to it. I do feel, although a little bit sort of jet lagged, I guess, for want of a better description, somewhat more healthy for sleeping through the days and getting up in the morning. Now I do have a delivery scheduled for this afternoon, just to stockpile just a little bit of the magic leaf, some medicine to try and get me through this. And a little bit why we're doing these kind of shows is to stop me sitting and chain smoking and panicking and going down some of those rabbit holes that may be open to go down on what's going on around the world. But yeah, maybe tonight we will have a chat with the mods later on. We might try and work on bringing you the Thrifty Bunch because we had a good time last night, and now let's keep rolling with the punches, so to speak, and bring you some entertainment, informative, and possibly humorous content again this evening. So we'll see if we can make that work for you, depending on if we can get all the mods together. Oh, excuse me. And that was a burp and a yawn. Just keep that one for the record for Becky P. Excuse me, but as I said, it is a little bit odd for me to be up at this time of day. It's a little bit warmer outside, but still grey and gloomy. Don't know what the weather's saying where you are. But tomorrow it's going to be 16 degrees, which is going to be very welcome. But it is also going to be rain and potential thunderstorms. I'm not going to eat the other Twinkie right now because they kind of stick to your mouth, hard to speak. But I am going to take some more coffee, and this is very strong. Very strong. Trust me, it's not kind of working at all yet. So a week into this pandemic, actually 8 days, right? I think it was a week ago yesterday that they first announced that this was a global pandemic. Talk of the devil and she shall appear. It's crazy how that happens. I was just saying, Hoopties, you and I are both service industry, and these sort of times of the day are usually the middle of the night for us type folks. The dwellers of the night in the early morning shadows tend to sleep away through the morning, and like I say, usually now this would almost be like 3 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning for normal folks. So usually get up around 1, 2 o'clock, as late as possible as I kind of can in the winter. Like the winter for me is a little bit like a jail sentence. In many ways, I don't go out much. I don't get to see much sunlight, and what sort of, it's not even the conditions that you'd want to be outside anyway. And it's like literally work, sleep. But a lot of inmates and people in incarceration try to sleep as much as possible. And if they can sleep 12 hours a day, then they've slept away half of their sentence, and that is a way a lot of inmates do deal with their time in incarceration, and that's kind of how I live with winter. This one was a little bit hard, but there are some early signs of spring. Good morning, Martha. Nice to meet you. So we're experimenting a little bit. I am out of work until the foreseeable future. I mean, it's 2 weeks at the moment. That could be extended. Who knows? We are in this together. That's going to be the sort of hashtag in something. I don't know whether we can say that we spawned that, but you guys, you're sharing stuff around on your Facebook pages and Twitter and stuff. But do a hashtag. We are in this together. And if you want to put a hashtag Thrift Fam, go ahead. But we are all in this together one way or another. And as I was saying, I am out of work. Hooped is enjoying some time with her family. As a result of this, we're trying to make the most of it. So we are experimenting with maybe bringing you morning shows, maybe not daily. But now and then we might come to you in the morning and just have a little chat, see what's going on, because some of you guys out there, you do have families and kids or jobs that you may not be able to tune in on the evening times, and some of you may have a little bit of free time in the mornings, some of you mothers and stuff. So I was saying, my mum used to put me on the sofa with a cup of milky coffee at 11 o'clock, and that was a little time that she had to sit down and put her feet up as well. Yeah, and we're glad we're all with you. We're glad everyone's here, and we're in this together. Some of you folks out there are alone in this world and are a little bit afraid, and so rightly so. We don't really know what's going on, and that's kind of why we're trying to avoid some of going down rabbit holes and kind of contributing to the fear factor of this pandemic. Although we are going to try and still keep our eye on it and bring you some relevant information, but for the sake of just bringing information, we don't know what's accurate and what's not. So rather than misinform and conform to the narrative, because I do truly believe that this pandemic is being spread mostly by social media and mainstream media, but we're going to try and keep our eye on what's going on, be mindful of everything, but try and sorry, there's another burp. But try and get through this and have maybe a little bit of entertainment and light-hearted relief from the stress and anxieties that are surrounding each and every one of us that is in this together, guys. So as I said, we might only go on for maybe 30 minutes this morning, and I might go and do a little bit of lying down. But that being said, what are you guys thinking? What are you saying? Any news or developments overnight? Or I did see, actually, funny enough, we were doing our little poll. Remember? I still got it here. The people that we thought, famous people. This is interesting, actually. That has reminded me of what I wanted to talk to you about. So yesterday, apparently, the Beckhams, David and Victoria, both a pair of, I'm not going to say it is the morning, we'll leave the curse until the evening show. But I don't like them. They're a couple of axe wounds, let's put it that way. If you watch your fat channel, you should know what an axe wound is by now, but that's what they are, a couple of axe wounds. But they've got coronavirus now. This is where I'm going with this, guys. So at the moment, although people are affected and they are numbers showing that it is maybe on the rise, as again, we don't know, these might be manipulated, these might be just part of the script that are just being developed out. We don't really know where these statistics of facts are going, but nobody's really seeing anything coming around. Lots of memes and stuff are being shared, but we're not seeing anybody with friends who have coronavirus. We have lots of emails from people who have friends in Wuhan, friends at the CDC, friends in hospitals, but we don't know anybody, or haven't really seen anybody that has been tested positive with COVID being spread around on social media, if you know what I'm saying. We haven't seen any videos like that. little bit suspicious. But the other thing I was going to mention, that the numbers are on the rise, but they're not as high as they should be in order to be closing down the entire globe like we are, and putting such economic stress on an already stressed economy. But the thing I was going to say is the numbers are kind of in the thousands, but the statistics of how many celebrities in the last week have contracted COVID compared to the amount of normal folks, and bearing in mind celebrities don't really mingle in and amongst everyday commoners like us. They kind of hang out with their elites and their little entourages, and probably stay in isolation in their little bubbles, wherever it is in the world. Whoa, North California hit by a 5.2 quake. Wow, any reports of devastation? There's some very loud banging going on outside. I don't know if that's to do with the construction or thunder. I don't think it's thunder, but yeah, give us a little bit more info on that. But there it is again. But that's what I'm saying, guys. It seems to be that we don't seem to be hearing any stories of common folks that really have it, other than numbers on news channels and maybe, you know, bar graphs or something to show this number. But we've never seen the faces to these folks. And this is a little bit what we were saying last week during the live show on Wednesday, that when it was announced that Tom Hanks was COVID, and that was a little bit interesting. His tweet was very carefully worded to maybe not kind of give him or to be able to give him plausible deniability. But nonetheless, it kind of come out that he was tested for COVID and he was self-isolated. But all of a sudden, Tom Hanks is someone we can all identify with. Tom Hanks is someone that everybody knows. I mean, most people know who Tom Hanks is. He's a very, very well-known global figure, actor, and, you know, celebrity. So all of a sudden, we had a face to the victim, or somebody affected, should we say. You can't say he's a victim, but somebody that's affected. And since then, there's been a string of celebrities, soccer players, basketball players, movie stars, and now the Beckhams. And statistically, you know, we've got a very low number of people that have it, but a very high number of these people seem to be celebrities. If you can see what I'm saying, guys, is this making any sense to you? Outlaw Morgan has 2.7 million. I just realized what I'm not doing. This is why I'm not good in the mornings. I'm still adjusting. There you go. I can see you up on the. That's what I was getting at. I can't see the comments there. I was looking on the phone. Something. What was that Anika was saying? I've lost that Anika comment that I wanted to read out. Did you get the? Maybe Danielle. I haven't seen. I've got a lot of stuff in my inboxes at the minute. Aside from YouTube, I do run quite a lot of Facebook groups, and I've got a couple of them that are getting very, very close to 10,000 members, and that really is blowing up all my notifications at the minute. There's some. I swear I just saw a comment from Anika that I wanted to read, but now I can't find it anywhere. Well, maybe she'll repost it. But back to the celebrity thing. It was in the mod chat. Okay, I'll go check it out. If I can. Sorry, guys. As I said, it is a little bit difficult for me to function at this early hour in the morning, and this is kind of a little bit like, do you remember last year was trending? Thought it was cute. Might delete later. Although we won't delete it, we will leave it up. But it seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm looking through. I can't see any videos from Tom Hanks, so let's get back to your comments. We'll dig that out later this afternoon. So as I said, we might try to bring you the Thrifty Bunch mods round table later this evening. If everybody is readily available to do so. So as I said, guys, we might wrap this up very, very shortly, around the 30-minute mark. But back to the celebrity issue. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's a little bit weird or suspicious, in the fact that none of these people had it before it was a global pandemic, and now all of a sudden they are? And if this, are you still there, guys, or have I lost you? No one's commenting anymore. You've gone away. It always worries me when the comments go. Nancy, give me a shah if you're alive. Okay, there's Danielle. That's one. It's about Tom Hanks and predictive program. Actually, that rings a bell. I think I may have seen it, but didn't pay that much attention to it. Yesterday I was a little bit busy. I was out and about walking, and then connecting with Annie about the show last night. So it was a bit of a busy day. Actually put some effort into productions for once, unlike this morning's show. I had sort of visions of, hey, let's get up to Facebook and see what's on there, and maybe do a little bit of Googling, see if you could find any groundbreaking articles, kind of like a mid-morning news type show with a relaxed attitude, kind of Alan Partridge style, big hero of mine. If you haven't ever watched Alan Partridge, I should possibly put a link for you in Discord or on the YouTube Facebook group, and you should watch it on Discord, not Discord, Dailymotion. I've got a little playlist, although they did delete a lot of it. I had a very, very large playlist for Alan Partridge, but they deleted a lot of content, I guess copyrights, BBC, yada yada. Whoop-de-woo, ray-tay-tay, but very, 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 very funny show, very, very funny character. Maryland marijuana's off to work, so good luck with your day, Maryland. Hope everything goes smoothly for you, my friend. So the same, we got 9, always the way. We're into double figures now. Whenever we say we're about to wrap things up, people come. There she is, Laurie. Laurie, are you in the WhatsApp group? Tell me, is there a WhatsApp group of folks that just sit around and watch my videos, waiting for me to say it's time to go, and then, oh hey, it's me, just popped in, what's been going on, I missed the rest of the show, and really, you know, you watched it from the beginning. The movie The Terminal, it was, yeah, something about the terminal. So I tell you what, Danielle, maybe we can make that happen tonight in the Mod 50 Bunch show. I certainly need more coffee in my system before I try and attempt this again. It's 8:30. I just got up at 7:30 and had to make coffee. Well, this is what it was a little bit. Coffee with tea. There is my coffee. It seemed like a quirky little title to me. Coffee. There's the coffee. And I'm tea. You're having coffee with me. It seems like everything we discuss weddings happens in the news, like they study our doubts that it's real, then produce stories later proving. That's a very, very interesting theory, and I'd have to happen to agree. And I think in some of the videos that have now been deleted, I did a little AI Rising series playlist, and in one episode in particular I kind of pointed out that what our phones are is their data collection devices, and they collect all of our personal data, and that data then provides the information to run through algorithms, and sooner or later our phones know us better than we do, and that's how they can target us with ads or content that is supposed to occupy us, because they've learned from us what we like and what we don't like. This is the point of all the emojis and things on Facebook. It gives a reaction, it adds to a survey, kind of like testing in a lab. Sometimes they put diodes and things on your head and make you kind of do abacus shapes and draw maps and stuff to get reactions. AI has been awake for a very, very long time. Hooply is longer than we probably even have reason to fathom. It's been around, but I noticed yesterday there's a few more smart billboards up and around Toronto. Excuse me, and they even pointed one out on the walkabout, I think. But not only are our phones collecting just our personal data, they're sending it places, and this is exactly how they are controlling society, because they know exactly how to pull our strings, because they have all of our personal information and can design and target these psyops exactly tailor-made to design tailor-made and designed to gain the exact reaction. Now, lots of people, as I say, there's so much uncertainty. The conspiracy theorists are out, even kind of people that were never preppers before suddenly prepping and bulk buying. There's, we've never kind of seen this in our kind of lifetimes. Maybe back in World War II, the rations and the empty shelves, and or maybe if you lived in communist Soviet East, behind the Soviet bloc in communist days, you may have to line up and stuff. But is this getting us a little bit ready for sort of voluntary socialism? And a little bit with this, everybody's going to get $1,000. At what price? What are they giving you $1,000 for? Is it going to be at the cost of a few civil liberties? And is this a sort of introduction and getting us used to socialism and being dependent on a government to get $1,000 each and every month, and they hand us out Soylent Green every Thursday, because everybody getting $1,000 is like everyone getting a slice of the pie, right? The same slice of the pie. That's a little bit how socialism works. It's hungry for input, and as I said, partly by fueling this, by sharing things, the more things that get shared, that provides statistics. So as I say, we don't really want to be contributing to the fear or contributing to the algorithms and the data, but we are going to try and keep our eye and bring some relevant and important stuff, but we're going to try and stay away from being afraid and scared, and we don't really want to be raising the anxieties. And as I said, some of you guys are out there on your own, so at least you got a little bit of company from the Thrift Fam in the chat, and hopefully this kind of brings you a little bit of a distraction, and maybe light-hearted relief from the situation. But as I said, I am going to keep this a little bit shorter than normal live shows, just because I don't really have much to go with other than that. But I'm still a little bit interested to see if we are absolutely building it. Some very good points, and I missed you last night, Hoopties, because it was such an awesome show, and this is some points possibly we can raise later on the Thrifty Bunch roundtable. But exactly, and this is going back to the social media fueling this in a little bit, because things that you kind of see that have millions and millions of shares, that's kind of been manipulated to make it look as though it's been shared millions of times, and kind of, oh my god, if 1 million people, I should share it. You see what I'm saying? And this is how some of these things spread in, kind of in many ways. The memes have become a tool of propaganda. And I did see something some time ago how memes won the election for Donald Trump. And we even mentioned we have professors in memology now. So if you've got a professor in something, there has to be some kind of science behind it, if you feel me. I'll listen to the replay today. Yeah, and I mean, as I said, we are leaving the live shows up. We are strike free at the moment. We want to kind of try and remain that way if possible. So another reason for not going down rabbit holes in fueling conspiracy theories, it might fuel further fears, is because this is what they're saying on YouTube and Facebook, that due to the virus, they've had to send everybody home that works there, including those that work within the community standards team that review videos. So what they've done now, and this will fuel your theory a little bit more, Hoops, that they've handed it all over to artificial intelligence. Now, yesterday I seen a lot of people complaining that they were having stuff flagged about the virus on Facebook, and I also saw on the creator site for YouTube, they sent out a message on their creator site saying that same thing. We sent all our people home. We're handing the community standards over to the artificial intelligence. So the algorithms are running, and they've probably be given, they've updated the algorithm and added some trigger words and stuff to that, and widespread censorship, and then they're not going to be issuing community they said, because it's going to be no humans to really oversee the final word, that they're not actually going to be giving out community strikes for these things. They're just going to delete the stuff. So you've got a little bit of censorship going on, but artificial intelligence is now the community standard on Facebook and YouTube, because they've sent all their employees home. And this is again how we're handing over a little bit more of our liberties, should we say, to the powers of artificial entities, so to speak. So all interesting stuff, guys. So yeah, we did manage to get a couple of interesting things out this morning. And maybe that's because the caffeine might slowly been kicking in. AI bots. Yeah, and I actually seen on Face It Fearless and Prepper Chicks group yesterday. I think Annie Bedell herself had some content that had been removed and flagged by the Facebook AI community standard. That's almost like, they have the CSI and Law and Order, Special Crimes Unit, and all that kind of thing. That could be future TV shows. AI, the Community Standards Unit. Dun 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 dun. You know how the Law and Order tune goes, and it just be all zeros and ones. Never mind. But yeah, algorithms AI is Montagram. I don't know who these are. Obviously, other YouTubers or websites you're getting talking about here. Hoops. Lots of videos showing a COVID a lot of videos shoving the COVID banner on videos about martial law from years ago with nothing mentioned of the pandemics in them. Well, something they're talking about here is in maybe they have to introduce the Emergency Act here in Canada, and the Emergency Act would essentially be martial law, curfews, enforced quarantine, all that kind of stuff. A little bit Wuhan back in the Wuhan crisis, if any of you may recall, and how much attention you do pay to me. I said I got a feeling this is just the drill site, and funny enough, there was a drill that they carried out before it went live, and Wuhan really was, if they can control Wuhan with just the threat of this virus, be it real, be it a hoax, we don't know. Maybe they can fear the entire globe with this same thing, and I think maybe on that we might sign out, guys. Unless anyone's got anything else to say, we might keep it going for an hour perhaps, because we do got a few people here. I don't know. Making shit up as we go is the way we do things here. And even last night's show with Annie, that was pretty much wing all the way. We did sort of talk about a couple of topics that we wanted to bring up with you. But yeah, still very. I'm still a little bit buzzing from that show, and I also kind of did have that kind of little bit of sleepover sense of kind of when you all hung out together and had a good time, played board games, painted your nails, talked about Boys Your Lights, and then all kind of had a great night's sleep, and you kind of woke up, and I kind of wanted waffles for this morning for some reason, but I don't got any. But I don't know if that's making any sense. But like I said, we're in it together, and last night we had a good time together, and I figured, you know what, let's get up, see how the girls and guys are doing the morning after the night before. So I don't know, we might even be able to twist Annie's arm and get her back and have another pajama party, because maybe the pandemic pajama party is the way to go. Maybe should be our playlist title to try and avoid any possible deletions or community strikes or stuff like that. The pandemic pajama party kind of has a little bit of a triple P thing going on. Thoughts would be appreciated. So funny enough, we did have a little bit of information, informative or thought-provoking content in Coffee with Tea. Let me know if you think this is a good idea or not. Otherwise, if not, we can throw this out the window from the start and go back to the drawing board and kind of think up something else. As I said, I do plan on bringing you daily content of some sort throughout this duration, and probably going to be doing nightly live shows. Although they may not be that long, and I don't even know. We might even throw fucking spring break in the middle of this. Just to a pajama party sounds fun. Well, something you're gonna have to watch yesterday's show, Hooblies, but we are trying to come up with a little bit of ideas how we can kind of maybe entertain ourselves, distract ourselves as well as inform each other and keep that little community spirit and try and keep morale high. As I said, we don't want people feeling that they're alone and being alone in a crisis kind of does fuel the seeds and fires of anxiety somewhat. What's a great idea? The morning show, Laurie? Danny, tell him. What have you got to tell me? All right, well, go and rest up, Danielle. We'll chat later in the mods. We'll try and get that going for you this evening, the Thrifty Bunch. But as I said, I'm trying to come up with a few ideas of what we should do. And something we thought about is maybe trying to get some Saturday cartoons. A little bit like when we were kids, because there are some cartoons available to watch that are kind of free domain, so we may not get copy strike for it. And good enough, they would be some of the cartoons we watched as kids growing up. So has anyone else got stuff to do today? You got places to go, things to do, people to see? Let me know now. And as I said, we might be signing out Saturday cartoons. Hoopdies thinks that sounds good. Okie dokie. We might try and schedule that for Saturday, because by all accounts Saturday's going to be cold and miserable again. And maybe we can have Saturday afternoon black and white movies, because again, there are a lot of black and white movies available to watch that are on kind of free view. So we wouldn't be picking up any copyright strikes, hopefully. So maybe, as I said, we could just turn the phone around to the screen and watch like that. I like PJs, okay, but you saw different cartoons. Well, we could figure something out. We're just planning things out. Laurie likes the morning show. Judy Bell's got to go and get hubby off to work. Well, you go, girl. Do what you got to do. Make sure he's got his bologna sandwich. If he has a bologna sandwich, I don't know what you're making him for his lunch. Maybe he gets lunch on his own at the canteen. Anyway, maybe sort of stuff like that. Old cinema noir. Stuff like that. We are unemployed, so just cleaning and cooking now, pretty much like usual. But not morning in the middle of the night. I get it. It does seem very weird. It's a little bit like jet lag, isn't it, Hoopdies? So as it looks like some of you got stuff in chores and errands to do. So maybe we'll have a little bit more thought about the morning show. Maybe we might change it to the early afternoon show. Just let people get up and do their things. I actually don't got any bologna. And remember, we had a roving report from Roger last night. Even he contributed to the last show and brought us some news that the grocery stores were pretty much out of the majority of stuff, except for expensive items, and they won't be restocking until after the weekend. And it is only early Thursday morning. Kid as a riding lessons. Oh, we know that, Nancy. You don't go anywhere. You just sit around waiting for me to post videos. Quite envious, actually, so I could just sit around and watch videos down on the bayou and eat rice and beans and cornbread. Might drive by the guard later to see what new toys have arrived today. Okay, that sounds fun, or code for something. I'm not sure what that means, but let us know what you do. And as I said, guys, if you see stuff, take a picture, make a little video or something, put it on Discord, put it in the Facebook, send it to a message or email or something like that. And if it's interesting, we'll try and get that as part of the content for these shows during the pandemic daily episodes, one way or another. Come on down. What did you get? What am I missing that you got, Judy? I don't know, darling. Anyway, I do feel a little bit drowsy myself. Oh, did you just send me that again, Danielle? I think she must have done. But I just got the message about the predictive programming. Tom Hanks. You saw Loretta Lynn? I don't even know who Loretta Lynn is. I'm back. This live stream didn't show up on my feed and had to go to your channel and into videos before I saw it playing. And that is interesting as well. Something that was also mentioned when I saw this little article on YouTube from the Creator Studio, that live feeds are being affected, and live feeds aren't showing up. They're not showing up in any searches or on any feeds or anything like that. So watch your space. We will try to post links, and I will post in the community section any scheduled live feeds. But I'm probably going to have to eat a ration at some point yesterday. I didn't eat much yesterday other than that. What are you laughing at? What's Loretta? What are you all laughing at? I don't understand. Sorry, fill me in, guys. Loretta, Lamo, yes. Yeah, you said something. Your Wooflu was taken down by the YouTube. So yeah, we were gonna try and not title stuff. I don't know if pandemic's bad. None of my videos that did have pandemic or coronavirus in them or COVID have been hit yet. But we're not going to kind of test that too much. As I said, we're back in a level playing field, strike free for the time being, and hopefully foreseeable future. Still don't know what you're all laughing at. What did I miss? People are pointing up. Come on down, y'all. I like PJs okay, but you saw different cartoons. I'm still missing something here. Yes, ma'am, Lamo. I really don't know what's going on. But anyway, folks, it's a movie, an old one. The more bologna you eat, the homier you get. You had to be there. Okay, all right, thank you. At least that pointed up. I didn't know if something was going on that I was missing, perhaps. But yeah, I wish I had more. Well, actually, I do. I've got my meat sticks. That's technically bologna in a can. Things have been lagging for me lately on all platforms. I'm not even going to address that, Nancy. If you are and you want to take some time to take care of that with yourself, then go right ahead. Okay, yeah, well, say no more. Nancy's horny and she needs a spicy meat stick. So anyone in the Louisiana facility or proximity who could lend a helping hand to horny Nancy, go give her a spicy meat stick. And on that note, we should probably say goodbye for now. 45 minutes, that's not bad for a morning show, right? And we can no, the movie, you said it wrong. All right, whatever. We'll get there one way or another. Danielle mentioned me in the crew. Look, I got a little trombone thing come up. Yeah, cool. So we can finish him before noon. It is an absolute morning show. So thanks to the first, maybe the only. That being said, Laurie thinks it's a good idea, so we may do it again, but maybe not tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I don't know, making it up as we go. So guys, we'll check you later in the live show this evening. Mods, I'll chat to you at some point in the afternoon. Have a great day. Keep your eyes open, but try and stay as sane and calm as you possibly can. See you later, guys. Shit Video Productions, TSP TV, signing out.